For any government to regard itself as people-oriented, the primary focus is how to ensure effective management of resources that would improve and impact on standard of living. Since his swearing in as the governor of Ondo State on 24 February 2017, Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu SAN hit the ground running towards actualizing his campaign promise that he would govern the land by insight and reason, find practical solutions for its everyday problems, deliver on the ordinary aspects of government, and create around the people everything they have need of.
Arabirin, Akeredolu, the wife of the governor of Ondo State. You should realize that my role is that of a supportive spouse, and I have done my little contribution, so to speak, but without sounding immodest. I realized that this position is one that one can use and contribute to the development of the state and Nigeria in general. As a woman, as a wife, as a mother and grandmother, I can say that I have knowledge of problems women face in the society, and I thought that I could raise my voice and people would listen because of the office, not necessarily because of my name, but because of the office. And I want to believe that I've tried my best to make sure that I utilize this position. When my husband came on board, I looked at the area of women's health first and foremost, given that I have knowledge on ailments that afflict women and also responsible for their untimely death. And one of them is breast cancer. I am the founder of Breast Cancer Association of Nigeria. It's an association that came on board in 1997. So it's been in existence way long before my husband ever thought of running the office. So I have the background of the civil society, or what we commonly refer to as NGO, non-governmental organizations. Very important objectives of BRECAN is to raise awareness about the disease, because people don't seem to understand the nature of the disease, the behavior of the disease. People wallow in ignorance and they die needlessly. So that first step of raising awareness, I want to say, is the entry point if you're serious in combating the disease, or at least reducing the number of untimely deaths, due to breast cancer. That we did successfully. I think in Ondo State, we can boast of 200 members. And when you raise awareness and a woman is told you have breast cancer, there's another hurdle to cross. How does she get the money to treat the disease? That was also a problem. And telling people that, oh, this is non-governmental, government is not, sponsoring anything. it wasn't an option for me. And given that I'm a survivor myself, I thought of what I could do to help. And that led to crowdfunding. Crowdfunding, people put in small money, and like it's a piggy bank. 200 naira, we ask people to donate. And I can tell you that we've been able to pay for the treatment of about 25 breast cancer patients in this state. And for us, it's an achievement. I'm not talking about the achievement of BRCAN because I'm also closely associated with it, even if I will say that it's not a government project, but these results are being realized in Ondo State. So Ondo State people are beneficiaries to this organization. That's about BRCAN. As a woman, an educated woman, an enlightened one, I had understood our position in the society and let nobody deceive you that, like women will always say, we have come a long way. It's a very, very long way. The journey is the journey is so long, and if we want to change the narrative of the position of a Nigerian woman today, it has to start with people like us who are educated and enlightened and very passionate that women matter in the society. And when they matter, it means that they can also contribute to the development of the society. That we are not just good to be housewives or baby makers, cleaning, sweeping, and all the rest of them. We can do more. We can be more. And that led to the founding of Be More Empowered Initiative. If you want to change the narrative, don't waste your time with my generation. You go for the young ones that are still malleable. Those that the society had not ingrained in them or inculcated in them that the woman's place is in the other room. And we are saying no. We can also stay in the sitting room. It's not just the other room. We can stay in the sitting room and our voice will be heard. That led to this Be More. Be More is a program designed for young girls in the secondary school from JS1 to JS3. Between this period they are in this school are very serious formative years in the life of a girl or a woman. If you can catch them within this period, you can change this country. It's not just that. It's not just having summer program, girls running around. We realize that today, technology rules the world. And when you get into any setting or in any company where you have digital technology and all that, the girls or the women that are staff members, you can count them on your fingers. Or those who are investing in the digital technology landscape, they are mostly men. And the world today, that is where you're getting the jobs now. Most of the traditional jobs had been overtaken by technology. These days, look at where in our homes now, running business, that's technology. You have your meetings through Zoom, that's technology. But where are the girls? Where are the women? So we want them to also be part of this new world. And how would you make them be part of it? Is by starting at the very early stage in their secondary school, education, JS1, and all the rest of them. And let them know that technology doesn't have a man's face. It has both male and female faces. And you can only do that when you organize programs like what we've been doing in the past 3 years. We started in 2017. Let them know you can do it. Once you tell a young girl that you can do it, she will do her best. And we have demonstrated that in a profound way, that yes, they can do it. I'm proud to say that I have about 1,000 girls who had passed through the summer boot camp. If not for the COVID, we would be warming up for 2020, but we're hopeful for 2021. These my girls, I didn't leave them. When they are graduating, for instance, they're equipped with the tool, laptop. You need it. And during this COVID wahala, I'm connecting with them. We have our Zoom meetings. So all of them across Nigeria, because it's not even only Ondo State. Because as time went on, when we had the first batch, and it was widely successful, parents from other states, and also within Ondo State, because we started with giving the opportunity to girls from humble background. They didn't pay a dime. 2017, 2018, the Ministry of Education gave us 100 girls, not a dime, because we needed to be sure that the program was workable. And when parents parents of students in private institutions heard about it, they indicated interest. So we opened the space for more people to come in, but they had to pay for it. So now the more summer boot camp is a paying, because we have seen that this is workable, this is doable. So as I speak to you, some of our girls, the first batch, they are in the universities, doing so well. Some are able to, I didn't even mention the main courses that we teach in the summer boot camp: ICT and solar technology. And in addition, there are other life-enhancing programs we've also added. We wanted them to be all-round women. It's not just techie stuff. We look at diseases that affect women who are interested in letting them know more about breast cancer, cervical cancer. We wanted our girls to be conscious of menstrual hygiene. We taught them how to bake, because even if you're a techie woman, one day you get married, you want to run your home, you want to bake, you want to clean your homes. So we taught them how to make all the hygiene products you use in cleaning their homes. Girls will always be girls. We taught them how to make up. They want to look good, tie gele, all those things. And we're also very much concerned about how they grow up. We wanted them to be healthy women. Exercise was important. Yoga was added. When the issue of rape became rampant, we introduced taekwondo, so that they can also defend themselves. Yes, against rapists. It's true. It was fun. And during the camp, we discovered talents. Some of them were good in singing. We now, came up with Breckham Choir. We've discovered those that have beautiful voices and so on. It's really amazing how Bimor turned out to be, and I'm very, very proud of my girls. And I look forward to having more of them. Like I said, this is a revolution. You know, when I started, people will always kick against what they have no idea about. They won't, instead of them to ask questions, what you're doing, explain. But no, immediately attack everywhere. Why only girls? Why every time? And I said, calm down. We need to have a balanced world. And that's why I'm targeting on the girls. If you're a man educated, you should also have an educated woman to build your homes. I said they should calm down. But I also reminded them that I also have another program called Arabirin Junior Tennis Club. It's also for boys and girls. This time from 3-year-olds to 12-year-olds. Also a summer program. So nobody should accuse me of being biased. I'm also taking care of the boys from that end. Then we have the Solayo, which is a program from Safe Motherhood. Well, I'm unapologetic about this thing because women will have problems and only a woman will understand. So nobody should accuse me of being biased, you know, towards women. This Solayo is just the least we can do to support expectant mothers to have safe delivery of their babies, and it has gone a long way. We usually distribute the kits during the International Women's Day celebration. There's another one, we call it accelerated birth registration. I'm a public health professional, and that puts me in a position to also understand how to plan developmental programs. But you find out that I think the entire federation is guilty of it. We don't pay much premium to data. And you wonder how, what do you use in your budgeting? So you can, if you don't have the number of children born in the state at a certain time or a certain year, you'll be groping in the dark to plan for the schools you're going to build or the teachers employ. You know, that number is very, very important. And you can only do that if you have efficient way of registering birth in your state. And I thought that I should bring my my professional expertise. Even though I'm a supportive spouse, I can't just fold my arms and be sit down look when I know that I can do this to also, you know, support the administration of my husband. So I championed accelerated birth registration, and it was widely successful. And we collaborated with National Population Commission, the primary health care. But let me let you into the gist why I had to go this way. Okay. As soon as my husband was, you know, came into office, National Population paid me a courtesy visit and was requesting, or rather requested for my assistance. They don't have vehicle, they don't have money to do their jobs, and I called the leader of the delegation. But you're a federal government agency. Why are you not coming to the office of First Lady? Do I have a budget? I don't. I didn't understand why such a request should come from them. But when they left, it got me thinking. That was why I stepped in, that I can also help. And it really worked well, because when you bring stakeholders to plan for a project, you'll be amazed how the synergy will snowball into huge success. That was exactly what happened. So when I now told the National Population Commission, this is my plan. Inform primary health care, because they are also partners in this kind of project, because it is in their primary health care centers that all these deliveries are made. So if you build that kind of synergy, and the importance of registration of those children are emphasized, it will go a long way, in having an idea how many children are born in the state, and they get their birth registration certificate and so on. But mind you, a lot of children had entered into society without birth registration. So they are already lost out. Like we tried to explain to the parents. I said, why the birth registration is very important. It's for us to capture your children, for them to have the status of being Nigerians. If your child doesn't have NPOPC birth registration, probably your child is from Liberia. They laughed, yes. So those are, in a fun way, they understood and were able to mop up the kids that had not been registered. We used Ifedore as a pilot scheme, and Idore as the, when you do your survey, you have control. Nothing happened in Idore. Something is happening in Ifedore. You need to see how the whole thing shot up 500%. Idore was still crawling like this. If you look at the map or the data. So we realized that we are on the right path, and that got the attention of UNICEF and UNFPA, and they even contributed to the funding of other local government, because we've expanded to other 6 local government. So you can see, even though my office doesn't have budget, and people even say that your office is not constitutional, but I've used my position to bring in these stakeholders for us to do something that is beneficial to Ondo State. This is the coronavirus pandemic period, and it has turned our lives upside down, and majority of the people are finding this time very, very challenging. Businesses folded up, and quite a number of Nigerians, they live on daily wages. So if business is not going on, how would those people manage? So although the government had planned, or rather given up palliatives the much they could, but the widows complained bitterly. They are left out. And it got me thinking that there could be a way we can support the widows, but we don't know who they are. We don't know how many they are. And because of my, because of my name, Digital Mama, I lived up to that name. If I want to collect the number of widows in Ondo State, the logistics will be huge. And of course, Mr. Governor will tell you no money. That's his mantra, no money. So I didn't even bother. But I knew that I had my own way. All I needed was my laptop. With my team, we set out the words that any woman that calls herself a widow, please go to www.ondo.com and register. It cost us about 400,000 naira to set up the website. Finish. Go there and register. You will not believe, 2 days we had 3,000. Wow. 3,000 registered. Today we have over 15,000. I said, what is happening? I said, this gives room for further finding. So our men are dying so much. Honestly, it's a source of concern. If you go to that website, you have more than 15,000 widows. Then what do we do? Because I never knew that there were going to be that many. So Mr. Governor was very gracious enough that the palliative that we have, we can give the women. But the good thing is that we now know that we have so many widows. Previously, maybe the ministry would just say, give 50 widows. Whom will you pick and whom will you leave out? So this program, this database initiative is an eye-opener. That you can have far cheaper way to even collect data. If you finish widows, you can go for youth. You can go for, I'm telling you, it's easy, cheap. All it requires, a woman goes into the cyber cafe. Please, enjoy mommy, bami she, bami call. Yes, and that's what the women are doing.
Just to get involved.
Yes, get involved. Initially, because I will always talk about naysayers, there are so many here. I was accused, why are you illiterate women? How would they do this? Why do everywhere? I said, Farabale, Suru. Today, our women are digitalized. They now know. And that's why we must never say women cannot do this. Have you given them a chance? They cannot learn. They can. Every widow in this Ondo state knows that if tobacco, kineko, I will get my palliative. That's even the incentive. Yes, they go there. And even the cyber cafe operators, I'm sure they are having boom in their business because women are going there. Help me, register me. And as they are registered, everything is saved in the database. And the way the database was structured is that as you immediately open, it tells you the number of widows is already analyzed. It's an analyzed kind of website. You know the number of widows in Akure South. You know those in Elijah. It's showing. If they are employed, you know. If they are not employed, you also know. The number of children when their husband died. So with this, further you can have intervention, plan for the needs of these women. So I'm it's the Letters Initiative, and I'm very excited about it. So we have gone round, or we are still going round. We've covered 12 local governments because we said this is like a starter. Arakuri will do more. It's showing them that this government cares. And there is one statement a widow made that it's so close to my heart. She said, I did not know anybody and I've benefited. I did not know anybody in the government and I've benefited. And that's it. And that's the only way we can begin to build trust in our people. Before now, slot this, slot that, and a lot of people are left out. And I said, go see slot. Widow is widow. Widow has no party coloration. Nobody is asking you whether you're APC, PDP, Labour, ZL, APGA, nothing. If you're a widow, you are a widow, and you live in this Ondo state, you will benefit. This government is the government for all, and it has been demonstrated with this widows program. What I want to say is this. If you care for women, you can do anything for any woman anywhere. And through my programs, I have shown it. So it's for the women to tell you how have they fared with Arabirin as the First Lady. I think you should throw that question at Ondo State women. But for me, I can tell you that I mean well for each and every one of them. They won't ndị Igbo niile nọ na Ondo State. Ọ nwanne unu nwanyị Arabirin beta anyanwụ na-ekele unu. Eji m aka na unu niile dị mma, ahụ shiri unu ike ma ezinụlọ unu. Unu ma na gọọmenti ọgọ unu nwoke wụ gọọmenti na-elekọta onye ọbụla, ma ewe onye Igbo ma onye Yoruba ma Hausa ọ gọọmenti onye ọbụla. Eji m ohere a na-agwa unu, na-arịọkwa unu nọnyere ọgọ unu nwoke, ihe niile ga-adị mma. Ndewonu.
People of Ondo, it is time to let your voices be heard through your votes as you choose for progress and accountability. The decision made that created for Governor Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu SAN the opportunity to provide you the quality of life that you so deserve, so much in such little time, is calling for your votes as you can make sure that a lot more can be achieved if he is re-elected as governor. For a vision to move the people of Ondo to great heights, vote the People's Party. Re-elect Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu SAN, aka Aketi, as governor of Ondo State, because one good turn surely deserves another.
We have tried our best, and I believe that we can do more, and that's why we're asking, look, allow us to continue for another 4 years and see how, I won't use wonders, and see the good things we can do.